Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jonathan, and welcome back to Money Talks, where we want to meet you where you are financially and offer you information that will help you stick to your budget, manage to pay off debt, or begin to save and invest for your financial future. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the options that I believe are best when trying to put away money for your child's future. If this is your first time joining me here on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you will be notified every time I upload a new video. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The first account that people typically open is a custodial savings account. This account can be opened at a bank account, a bank, a credit union, things of that nature. The thing about this custodial savings account is it allows you to put whatever amount of money you would like. Typically, there is no account minimums. It allows you to withdraw 6 times per month, and this account is actually in the child's name. While this is a great account to get started with, it's not the best option to actually go. And the reason for that is with this account, it's typically titled you as a custodian and the child is the beneficiary. And that's because of the Uniform Transfers to Minors Act. It simply states that because the child is not of legal age to open up any type of bank account on their own, they have to have someone who is of legal age, a parent, grandparent, sibling, friend, whoever can open up this account on the child's behalf and manage the funds. That's all the Uniform Transfer to Minors Act means. But why is this account really not the best place to have your money? Well, if you were to deposit $100 into that account every month for 18 years since the child was born, you would have deposited about $21,000, a little over $21,000. So if you were to do that same activity, deposit $100 a month, every month for 18 years, and put that into any type of investment account that I'm going to mention in this video, and maybe you utilize the S&P 500, and the only reason why I'm using the S&P 500 as just an example is something I invest in, but statistically speaking, and the data says over the past 50 years, the S&P has returned about 11%. So if you just simply invested in that in an investment account for your child, you would have deposited the 21 or a little bit over $21,000, but the account would have grown to over $63,000. If you invested $200 a month every month for 18 years, you would have contributed about $43,000. But the account would have grown $126,000. The point of this being is you have a lot of opportunity that you can gain by starting your child investment journey early because they will get the true benefit of time and compound interest. It can be a wonderful thing as you think about setting your family and children up for success. So let's start to think about the options that you have. The first option people typically save for is a 529, which is geared towards education. They're really focused on their child's future. It's a great opportunity. The reason why I say the 529 is out of the education plans the best because the Coverdell plan and the ESA plan, they're both state plans. And the maximum that you can contribute to that state plan of the Coverdell or the ESA is $2,000. So I would not suggest utilizing that plan just simply because it limits how much you can put in. The 529 plan it allows you to put way more into the account, but it's going to be dependent on what state you open that plan in because the 529 is a state-run plan. Some of the cons that I think of this account is it limits the investment options you have. So you don't have total access to the full stock market in a 529 plan. The other piece of information you should be concerned about is college 529 plans are for college and college-related expenses. So when you use money out of that account for the 529 plan for anything other than college or college-related expenses, it will charge you a 10% penalty. And another con that I really don't like about the 529 plan is the fact that what if your child doesn't go to college? Well, Again, you can move this account to a different child's name, or you can just pull it out and take the penalty. But the big thing about this plan is, just like I said, with investing into the account, you'll have that growth, and that growth is tax-free. And that alone is worth the benefit. So the next plan I want to discuss is, just like the 529 plan, you can open up that plan when the child is born. So they don't have a certain age, but as soon as they're born, you can actually open up that plan. So another plan that works just that same as far as the limit, you can open it when the child is born, is the custodial brokerage account. The custodial brokerage account allows you to contribute money at any limit to the child's account. And just like the 529 plan, you actually get a tax benefit. So in the 529 plan, your tax benefit is usually for educational savings. In the custodial brokerage account, you usually get a tax benefit in the form of the gift or donation tax. So there is a limit that you can actually contribute to the custodial brokerage account, because any amount that you give over $15,000 will be subject to gift tax. But if your child is working, or if the child earns its own money through and is depositing its own money, that money you can put in without a limit. But if your parents or friends or child has a birthday, people want to give monetarily to the child, they're able to actually deposit into that account with that money and get a tax benefit. So that's what I mean about, these are great opportunities that you will actually want to sit down with your CPA to really discuss what is going to be the best advantage. But when you think about investing, there's always going to be things you want to be concerned with. So with the custodial brokerage account, you have to understand that this money will grow, and it's not necessarily tax-free. You can be taxed on the actual gains. So this is where you will need that CPA to kind of help you manage the efficiency of that account. The second thing is, when you pull money out of the custodial brokerage account, it will be subject to whatever your particular tax rate is. And by you, I mean whoever is the custodian of the account is subject to that person's tax rate on the withdrawal. So if you pay a 20% tax rate, when the child is ready to pull out some money, they can use it for whatever they would like. They just have to pay taxes on it at the rate of whatever yours is for that year. Again, this is a great opportunity for you to get some growth in the account, get your child established, and also, again, you want to keep your CPA and discuss what options you have along the way as it grows. So, but I don't want that to deter you, because again, there are many ways you can manage these accounts to have tax efficiency. So the next option I want to share with you is, you can actually open your child a checking account. Now, I don't want you to force a lot of cash into this checking account, and it's not a checking account so they can save, but it's simply an account where this child is able to actually open and manage their own account with the guidance of the co-owner. And they get a debit card, they have online banking, they can go make deposits, things of that nature. They will have restrictions because of their age, but this is a great tool that you can use to start your child if you give them allowance, or if they're earning money for chores or things of that nature, where they can begin to manage their own money and also start to learn all the different facets of how a checking account works. The other thing is, with you being on the account, you can actually manage the account through your online banking and watch for the child, any mistakes the child makes, and you can kind of coach and teach them along the way. The reason why I say you should open this account at a credit union is because, number one, it's not going to have any later on rules. So typically with a bank, you are able to open an account, and most banks usually allow you to open at age 13. Credit unions are usually a little bit more liberal. They don't have monthly maintenance fees, and they oftentimes have restrictions so that the child doesn't get themselves into financial trouble, and to prevent them from doing anything that would get them into financial trouble, which can be good. But a bank, the time usually runs out. So as the child gets older, they may become 25, and that time goes out. And oftentimes, if you've had an account for a long time, you'll forget about those rules, and then you'll be subject to fees. So it's simpler just to start it off at a credit union, and That way you won't have to worry about different rules changing along the road. But still, a good way to start the child off. Usually doesn't have any minimums or anything of that nature. The next option I want to discuss with you is the Roth IRA. Again, the checking account, the Roth IRA, these are children that are more adolescent age that starting to begin to work. Or if you have a small business, the Roth IRA would be a great option for your kid because any work they do, you just simply have to pay them through the business. They have to file a tax return that is required, but we all know the benefits of a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA, you get to put money into the account up to $6,000 per year, and it grows tax-free. The benefit of that account is as the child grows, when they get ready to pull money out of it, the money that they contributed, they can pull without any penalty. So this is an excellent vehicle that you can actually use to help spearhead your child's growth. And again, with all these different options, yes, there are things you have to consider from a tax perspective, but when you think about the benefits of what these accounts offer in terms of growth, way better than what you may earn from a custodial savings account, where over time you probably would have earned maybe $20 or at most $100. It's just not worth it to lose out on that opportunity. This is a great way for you to gain and put your child ahead. I hope this information is helpful, and if you stayed with me this long, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you can let me know in the comments one thing that I might have shared on this video that you didn't quite understand. But before I end this video, I do want to give you one more piece of concern, so stay with me just a little bit longer. Whether you decide to do the 529, the custodial brokerage account, or the Roth IRA, understand if the child decides to go to school that these counts can affect the free FAFSA form that the child will fill out and affect their eligibility for grants and things of that nature. It typically doesn't affect their college scholarship eligibility, but that is something you should be concerned with because of course the child will have assets. If they have money to pay, it's only fair that they should pay for their schooling. But other than that, I do think these are great options for you to put your child on a great, strong path forward. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.